The Harmattan wind blew gently across Umuoma village that morning. The air was dry and dusty, and the scent of burning firewood floated from nearby kitchens. In a small mud house at the edge of the village, two siblings sat quietly. Chidi, 15, and Ada, 13, had just lost their parents to a sudden illness. Their father had been a humble farmer, their mother a petty trader. Life had not been perfect, but there had been love and laughter in their home. Now the house felt empty, as if the walls were crying with them. Soon after the burial, their father's brothers, Uncle Okoro and Uncle Eza, came. They did not come with comfort or food. They came with papers and threats. "This land is ours now," Uncle Okoro said, his voice hard like stone. "Your father owed us money. We have shared everything already." Ada clutched her brother's shirt. "But Uncle, Papa never said—" "Quiet!" Uncle Ez barked. "Be happy we left you that small back portion near the old Iroko tree. That's where you will live." By the next week, their father's farmland, goats, and even his bicycle were gone. Only the small patch near the Iroko tree remained for the children. Chidi built a small hut there from palm fronds and mud. It was just enough for the two of them. Life became a daily struggle. Ada fetched firewood from the bush and sold it in the market, and sometimes hawk bread in the market. Chidi weeded other people's farms for small pay, and sometimes worked on a construction site after school. Most times they ate only roasted maize at night. The villagers whispered about how their uncles had cheated them, but no one spoke up loudly. Still the siblings held on to each other. Every night Ada would say, "Chidi, one day God will remember us." And Chidi would reply, "Amen. We won't die like this." Months turned into years. Chidi became a tall, hard-working young man. Ada blossomed into a strong young woman. Their hut became tidier, their small portion of land cleaner. They planted cassava and maize there, though the soil was poor. One hot afternoon, a group of men in white shirts and ties came to the village. They were from a big network company in Lagos. They drove shiny jeeps and wore sunglasses. They went straight to the village head's house. Rumors spread like Harmattan fire. The company wanted to build a large communication mast in the village. Chidi didn't pay much attention. He had seen strangers come and go, but 2 days later a man with a clipboard knocked on their little hut. "Good afternoon," he greeted politely. "Please, who owns the land near the big Iroko tree?" Chidi's heart skipped. "It's ours, sir," he said slowly. The man smiled. "We have been directed to buy that land. Our company wants to build on it. We are ready to pay very well." Ada nearly dropped the broom she was holding. "Buy? Why?" "We are buying land to build a regional hub," one said. Chidi laughed bitterly. "We have only a small piece left. It's useless." The man smiled. "We've seen the map. Your piece is the exact spot we need." He handed Chidi a business card. "Talk to your guardian and call us." Chidi and Ada had no guardian, but their late father had taught them never to sign papers blindly. They took the card to their church pastor. He helped them negotiate. A week later, the company offered them N45 million for the small land. Chinadu almost fainted. "Is this real?" he asked. The pastor smiled. "God is restoring what was stolen." It was more money than they had ever seen, more money than their uncles had stolen combined. The following week, papers were signed. The money entered their account. The bank manager himself came to the village to shake their hands. For the first time in years, Chidi and Ada smiled without pain. News of the sale spread like thunder. Their uncles and aunts began to visit again wearing false smiles. Uncle Okoro came first. "Ah, my children," he said, his eyes shifting. "I have missed you. You know blood is thicker than water." Ada looked at him calmly. "Uncle, we are fine." Then Aunt Ngozi came with her son, who had once mocked Ada for wearing torn clothes. "Ada, remember your cousin now. He just finished school. He is looking for job." But Chidi and Ada had learned their lesson. They were polite, but firm. They built a fine bungalow in the village and opened a shop for Ada. Chidi went back to school to finish his studies. They also built a small clinic in memory of their parents. During the opening ceremony of the clinic, the villagers clapped and praised them. Their uncles and aunts sat quietly at the back, their faces full of regret. One elderly woman whispered, "Indeed, God does not sleep. These children suffered, but see them now." Chidi held Ada's hand. "We survived, Ada," he said softly. Ada nodded, tears in her eyes but a smile on her lips. "Yes, brother. God turned our tears into treasure." From that day on, the siblings were no longer known as poor orphans. They became a story of hope in Umurma, proof that no matter how dark life seems, light can still find its way. Moral of the story: no matter how much wicked people try to cheat the innocent, destiny can still bring blessings. Hard work, patience, and faith can turn pain into prosperity.